Ever wondered about the world's priciest flight ticket? Take a look at Etihad Airways' The Residence, more like a hotel room in an airplane, costing nothing less than $66,000 for one flight. That's 50 iPhone Pro Max devices or a house deposit. On the other end, there's Ryanair, known for their unbelievably cheap tickets, sometimes priced between $10 to $60. Now, guess which of these two airlines is more profitable? According to the data available, we can see that in 2022, Etihad broke their records by profiting $296 million. But to our surprise, Ryanair reported profits for the same period of $1.5 billion. This raises questions. What types of airlines exist? How do airlines make money? And how can you get the cheapest flight tickets? Let's explore these topics in this video. Typically, airlines fall into two categories: full service and low cost. Full service airlines such as Etihad Airways, Emirates, and Singapore Airlines offer in-flight food, entertainment, baggage check-in, and ample seat space included in the ticket price. On the other hand, low-cost airlines like Ryanair and Wizz Air offer cheap tickets at the expense of many amenities. Despite this, these airlines often employ innovative and interesting strategies to remain profitable. Let's uncover the first strategy, using Ryanair as an example. Their ticket prices are incredibly low, but they charge extra for every additional service. This includes baggage fees, seat selection, in-flight meals, online booking with a credit card, and even airport check-in. Ryanair's CEO Michael O'Leary is known for his bold statements, such as charging passengers for toilet use or introducing standing seats for around $1 to fit more people.
Did you really want to charge to use toilets on Ryanair planes? Yes or no?
Yes.
Did you want to make some passengers stand on planes to fit more people in, a la the tube?
Yes.
Although these plans haven't been implemented, they reflect the airline's crazy innovative approach to increasing profits. These additional charges, known as ancillary revenue, have become a significant income source for low-cost airlines. In fact, in 2023, 14% of Ryanair's revenue, which is around $25 per passenger, came from ancillary revenue alone. The airline is open about its strategy and often responds to customer complaints on social media with a touch of sarcasm. Next, we have dynamic pricing, a strategy used by both full-service and low-cost airlines. Ticket prices are not static. They fluctuate based on factors like time, day, demand, competition, and promotion. Airlines use complex algorithms to adjust prices in real time. This strategy is common in online shopping. For more on such strategies, check out my video, How Online Stores Trick You into Buying More Things. Returning to airlines and dynamic pricing, airlines categorize available seats, each with a distinct price. As demand rises, so does the price. Conversely, if a flight is underbooked, prices may drop to encourage booking. The aim is to maximize profit while filling as many seats as possible. Now, we may have heard some myths that midnight is a discount hour, or using incognito mode secures a lower price. These are misconceptions. Prices change constantly due to dynamic pricing, and everything depends on demand. Airlines' algorithms work 24/7, adjusting prices based on overall demand, not individual user behavior. Next, we explore operational streamlining. Low-cost airlines like Ryanair often outperform full-service airlines in terms of profit. But how? The answer lies in their operational efficiency. To begin with, they standardize their fleet. For instance, Ryanair exclusively uses Boeing 737 planes. This uniformity reduces operating and maintenance costs, as pilots only need to be trained on one type of aircraft, and only specific spare parts need to be stocked. Moreover, these planes are fuel efficient, leading to significant savings. Moving on, they minimize in-flight costs by limiting onboard offerings and simplifying seat design. This reduces unnecessary weight and maintenance needs. Finally, they generate additional revenue through advertising. Instead of installing TVs, they print ads and even use in-flight magazines as advertising platforms. Now, if I focus on Ryanair again, as I've personally traveled with them, especially during my university years, one of the strategies they use to offer those cheap prices, which most of us impulsively buy, but then realize afterwards the effect of it, is their airport tactic. Most of us don't realize, especially when traveling for the first time with them, that they use secondary airports instead of major ones. For example, a flight booked from London won't depart from the city's main airport. Instead, it takes off from Stansted, which is 70 kilometers from London, or approximately 100 kilometers if you're staying in South London. The expense of using these smaller secondary airports is significantly lower than that of using popular airports. Ryanair saves a considerable amount of money with this strategy. We've only touched on 4 strategies, but there's so much more to the airline industry. For instance, full-service airlines are eliminating first-class seating due to lower profitability and replacing it with more profitable business class and premium economy seating. Low-cost airlines like Ryanair maximize flight frequency by keeping their flights short and scheduling them frequently, resulting in 5 to 6 trips daily. These are just a few examples. The list goes on, but the strategies we've covered in detail are key to understanding the industry at a high level. They're also easy to share with your friends and family. Now, let's shift our focus to the consumer's perspective. What strategies can me and you use to secure the cheapest flight tickets? But before we jump into that, if you're finding value in this video, please subscribe and like. Your support motivates us to continue providing valuable content. Now, I recently purchased tickets to go to Saudi Arabia for pilgrimage, and as a result, that prompted me to do another round of research on how to get the best prices. Here are 3 tips I'd like to share with you. 1. Timing. Weekends typically come with a higher price tag for flights. Statistically, Tuesdays and Wednesdays often offer the cheapest fares. This is because holiday travelers usually fly on weekends, while business travelers tend to book flights on Mondays and Fridays. However, remember that these trends are not set in stone, as pricing algorithms are based on demand and supply. So, there might be exceptions where Tuesdays and Wednesdays aren't the cheapest. 2. Platforms. For the best flight deals, I recommend Skyscanner and Google Flights. They provide a monthly fare view. On Skyscanner, use the Show Whole Month option to compare prices. Google Flights provides a similar feature with its date grid. Additionally, Google Flights offers a price graph for a 3-month view, helping you understand price trends for your trip duration. Another feature that I find useful on both platforms is the ability to turn on price notification. On Skyscanner, this is the Price Alerts notification, and on Google Flights, it's the Track Prices toggle. These features notify you when prices change for your search dates. While Skyscanner is my preferred booking platform, both are effective. Always explore all options before booking. Routes. Consider secondary airports and stopover flights. Airlines like Ryanair often use secondary airports, which can result in cheaper flights. However, weigh the potential savings against the cost and time of traveling to these airports. If it's worth it, this can be a great option. Stopover flights can sometimes halve the flight price, as I experienced when booking my flights to Saudi Arabia. But why is that? It's all about demand and supply. Travelers from X to Z have a certain buying power, but those traveling from Y to Z might have a lower buying power. Therefore, airlines need to drop their prices to target that market. And that's it for today. If you know any techniques that people can benefit from, do share them in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Next, I don't want you to miss the video where I explain how AI generated videos will change the internet forever, and what, in my experience, are the best side hustles to start. I leave both of the videos here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the other side.